Hello everybody and welcome. My name is Eric and today I'm going to be unboxing Saturn's bottom of the budget lineup, the CB330, a very lightweight boat. It's about 80 pounds. We'll go over some of the measurements, some of the width and the length and all the details. I'm going to inflate it so you guys can see what it is all about. Before I start, I want to give a shout out and a special thanks to the guys at boats2go.com. They actually went out of their way to let me lease this boat. They even shipped it to me for me to try it out and show you guys what it's all about. I personally own two of them, the SK285XL and the CK380. Yeah, I own those two personally, but I'm a big fan of inflatable boats, especially Saturn. I'm kind of biased towards them because they are well priced, they're good quality, and they are great bang for the buck. Anyway, without any further ado, let me go ahead and get started. Now I went ahead and just opened the box already so I can show you guys the contents inside of the box. So right here we have the manual pump itself. It's a high pressure manual pump. Now I personally own an electric pump. I got it right here on the side. I'll be using that for the demonstration of inflating it. So I will not be using this, but this is handy to have. So we got the aluminum seats. Comes with two of them. On the side. Then we have the oars for paddling. You have no idea how useful these are, especially when I go island camping on my boats. I shut off the motor before I get to the shore and I just paddle in. It's just very, very handy to have. I believe this is the boat itself. Let me go. I don't want to break the box. Let's see if I can actually do this. Oh, here we go. All right, so it's actually wrapped up in its own protective layers. That's kind of nice. All right, go and grab it, put it to the side. Let me see what else we got. Oh, we have here the manufacturing statement of origin. This will be useful when you need to go register it, so make sure you keep this. It's very handy. We have here a replacement valve and a repair kit. Usually comes with a few patches and glue. And the little tool that allows you to remove the valve itself. So now that we got that out of the way, let me go ahead and start unrolling the boat. All right, so I went ahead and unwrapped the protective layer, the casing itself, out of the boat. Wow, this thing is like so small, and yet I believe that once I actually unroll it and inflate it, it's gonna look big. That's the surprising part about these boats, and I like them a lot. I honestly do. Nice bottom protection, that's nice. Go ahead and pull it out. Here we go. Move this out of the way. Perfect. Whew, it is hot today. It's August, I think 27th, and it's Florida weather. Whew. It's nice and warm. Let me go ahead and put this to the side. So here we have the boat itself. Now I'm gonna go ahead and inflate it. I will be fast forwarding this image because otherwise it'll be too boring. Looks like the inflatable floor, the high pressure floor, is already in place. It didn't came separate, so it's already there. So I gotta do is inflate it. So again, like I mentioned, I'm gonna go ahead and hook up the electric pump to it, let you guys see it, inflating it up. And then we're gonna look at some technicalities like the amount of PSI you're supposed to put in the bladders, the length and the width and the weight and all that good stuff. Let me get to work. Okay, so now that I have everything in place, let me go ahead and get started. And like I mentioned, I'm gonna go over the technicalities of how much you're supposed to inflate and all that in about a minute. Let me go ahead and get started with that. It is right about this point before you fully inflate it, because otherwise it becomes a bit difficult to put in. You want to go ahead and lay down the seats and put them on the proper slots, because by the time you fully inflate it, it becomes really tight and the seat is very hard to get out or to put in for that matter. So now it is the time. Go ahead, little slots going into the sleeves right there. And I believe I got it right in. Yeah, there it is. Okay. Looking pretty good. Now I can go ahead and inflate the other bladder. Okay, so now that the boat is fully inflated, I'm gonna go ahead and place the oars in place. Here we go. There's one. And here's number two. Now let me go give you guys a little walk around so you get to see what it is all about. So here it is, fully inflated. Very nice, right? I love these dinghies. They're so capable, well priced, good quality. I think I've owned like 5 of these already personally. Not for free, I bought them, just so you know. All right, so now what I'm going to do, I'm gonna go over some technicalities of the boat, like the width, the length, inside, outside, diameter. I'm gonna lay it against the wall of the house so you guys get to see like a actual visual what it looks like. Let me get to that. Okay, everyone, so now that I have the boat right on the wall of my house, you guys get to see the actual length and how big it truly is. It kind of gives you a different perspective, it really does. So let's go over some technicalities. From top all the way down to the bottom, we got about 11 feet of length. I got the notes because, you know, I don't have that great memory. And inside length from the transom all the way to the top of this bladder, you have about 8 feet. The width inside, you got 4.53 feet. I got it all backwards, I apologize. From here to here, 4.53 feet. Inside, you have about 2.17 feet. The diameter of the bladders, you're looking at 14.17 inches. You have a total of 4 chambers of air. You got one here, one on the top, and of course, the inflatable floor itself. And these are quite tough. I kid you not. Just so you know. Let's see what else. Oh, motor. You can actually fit a maximum of 10 horses or a motor that weighs about 100 pounds. I personally own a 6 horsepower Tohatsu that's about 60 pounds, give or take, which is perfect for this setup, mostly because it's just me. But if you plan to go with someone else and a lot of gear, you might want to consider either an 8 or 10 horsepower outboard, like the Tohatsu 9.8 or the 8 horsepower. That might be the best choice for you. Or unless you get yourself a one of those 2-stroke motors. Unfortunately, they're not being manufactured anymore, but you can get some all-ones used, like a 15 horsepower that weighs maybe 80 pounds. You know, that's a choice. You can do that. Load capacity, you can actually put a maximum of 800 pounds in the boat and a total of 4 people. Usually, you will not be using the seats to sit people. You'll be sitting on the bladders for the most part. I see that all the time. And this whole thing, amazingly, weighs about 80 pounds. Let me show you guys something, because this is how I literally put it up on the wall. It is not a heavy boat at all. Oh, and it also has a flat bottom. Now, let's talk about this. Thankfully, it has a nice thick layer of PVC rubber, so you don't have to worry too much about getting punctured and things like that. Now, having a flat bottom, again, keep in mind this is one of the budget models, okay? You will tend to feel the wake and the white caps a little bit more than one that comes with a keel. I apologize for the change of angle. The camera was sitting on the sign. I had to restart it and move it on the shade. As I was saying, even though this is a budget model and does not come with a, because it has a very wide space, you can still take it into the deep ocean travel, like a few miles out to sea if you want to. Just keep in mind that it'll require a little bit more skill, and that when you're fighting swells, you want to slow down a bit so you can tackle them better. Now you can opt for a model that has all the keel setups for the fishing and all that good stuff there a little more. Those are for the ones who are serious about going deep fishing. You want to go in. This model is fantastic when you want to hang out on the river. I usually go camping on the Swanee River a lot. This will be perfect for something like this. Bay, like I mentioned, a couple of miles down the sea. Nothing too crazy. This will do the. You have a great time visiting some little nearby islands wherever you might live. Here in Florida and the East Coast and West Coast, we got tons of little small islands and intercoastal waterways. They're easy to travel and the thing is perfect for that. What I'm gonna do right now is I got my motor. I'm gonna go ahead and place it in a way where I can place the motor so you guys can see what it looks like with the motor itself. Let me get to that. Okay, I got the motor on hand. Let me go ahead and lay it on the transom. Let's see what it looks like. That's about right. And here's what it would look like with a motor on it. Not too bad, huh? I can't wait to take it on the water. Weather permitting, I should be able to take the boat next weekend to the nearby lake to try it on the water. I'll be bringing my drone with me. You guys can see it from the air. I'll have the camera with me. The drone will follow me. You see how it will look like in the water and in action. So guys, I want to thank you so much for watching. I hope you found this video informative. I will place a link below for theboats2go.com down below. If you guys were to use that link, it'll help me a lot to continue to make videos, because they can jot down how many videos I'm making, all that stuff. And if I do all right, they send me more boats and I can do more reviews and I can have a great time. Rather selfish, I suppose, but I'm having fun. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. See you in the next one.